This is a late night chat about, I try to record myself, or I guess just thinking about it. Kind of want to talk about love or something like that. It feels like unfamiliar. Feels like I've only known part of it, and that's with family or what we have affinity for, but not like the partner type of love. It just feels like it's uncharted territories, and it's been on my mind like it last couple of weeks, and the potential of loving another. I sometimes still think, could I be that person? Because it's just was uncharted territories for so long, and when you don't have an experience of something, you just can only imagine in your head what it looks like, but you don't know the feeling behind it, because the feeling is so different from just an imagination. Oh my gosh, it's just, you think you could be a certain type of partner for somebody in your head, but it's all in your head. It's just something that's not felt yet in your body, and when it actually can come true, or when it feels closer, this reality, then you start to think you aren't familiar with the feelings. You aren't familiar with the feelings because you haven't experienced that before. So it feels like I was lying to myself or something, because I had this picture in my mind, but because it was never actual experience, felt like I was just creating a story in my mind. Maybe I was. Like you're on a roller coaster or something, and you kind of regret going on, or you just question, being on it in the first place. Thinking some type of Disney fairy tale would make partnership easy, and then facing the music, that's when all the fears come up, and that's when all the questioning yourself if you're actually capable of being a partner. Like, what? Am I capable of being a partner or somebody? I don't know. Sometimes I think if I am. Sometimes I feel like I'm just too fixated on what I want. Too selfish or something like that. It's like, am I too selfish? Am I so focused on me and my trajectory in this life to actually consider another person? Why can't I just feel, at least, like I can do it? Because sometimes I feel like I can't. Sometimes I feel like I'm gonna just waiting for the truth to reveal itself. And that truth is just something that isn't for me, or something that I can't do for something like that. Like, I feel like everybody else can do it. But maybe it's because it's unfamiliar to me, like I never experienced it. So that's why maybe I think I somehow am not as capable as other people to be in a partnership. Like, Oh my gosh. I know it's not easy, but it's like, how is it done? Oh my gosh. Like, what? I don't know if I'm gonna post this because it's just. How is it done though? Like, how? How you manage your life with a lover, with responsibilities, with all these. Something always in front of you, something always. And it's like, just thinking about all these skills I want to learn, all these interests I have. How does one do it? How do I say for me? I haven't met that girl, I'm so used to that girl in me that spends so much time alone. She's gotten used to it. She's craved community and friendships and groups, but she still hasn't, I haven't experienced that. That's what she knows. That's what I know. That's what she knows. She's was able to just wait it out and she was able to just live a life without even expecting it at this point, expecting love or any partnership to enter her life or any lover to enter her life. Like she just didn't feel like it was something that she needed to think about, I guess. Because it's never happened before, so why would she even think about it? You never really had, she never had attention. No. She had people before that wanted something more, but she was never there with them. So now it's like she sees that there's I guess the possibility now, and she almost has a self-doubt, like she can live up to the standards of what it looks like to be a lover. I think sometimes she just gets tired mentally, physically, more mentally though, because there's always constant thoughts of how how can I improve in my relationships in all my areas of my life, and she gets kind of tired from it because there's always that conversation she's having with herself of how she can show up for people better. It gets exhausting. Oh my gosh. It's like she's feeling guided, but also forced to face some music, and maybe she's wondering if she's ready to do so. I think there's a higher power that believes in me right now, and it's telling me that maybe I'm more ready than I think I am, I guess. In collaborating with people and creating, and also commitment to a partnership. Like, maybe right now I feel like my spirit, my teachers, my guides they believe in me. And that's why I'm forced to face the music right now. Maybe because they know it's it's time for me or something. I don't know how people do it at a young age, like this, loving another person. I think for so long, it just wasn't something that I ever did, and so I almost identified with being a person that was alone a lot. When you're when your life is a certain way, and you're just used to just you, then it's like maybe I was, unbeknownst to me, identifying with that role of being just one instead of a plus one. I was identifying with just me, just it being me, and so I kind of erased possibility of another person because it is something I never experienced and that I didn't think I would experience anytime soon. It just feels so weird to think about, like, bringing another person places where I go, usually go by myself, or like feels like I'm foreign. Like I don't know this part of me. Like I still haven't really oh my gosh, like oh my gosh, all the place. Like I'm seeing another part of me that I just uh, almost didn't know was there. Like I almost felt like she was not there because I was just used to not having anybody. Like I'm so used to not having anybody that besides family, but it's like just friends or anything like that. I just felt like I just we take on these different hats, whether it's a sister, brother, uncle, cousin, nephew, niece, aunt, or aunt. We take on these roles, these hats, and I never took on the hat of a lover. So that part of me just felt like it didn't exist, but it does exist. But it feels weird because I'm not used to it. I never I never stepped into that role, and it feels like a stranger's coming into my own world right now, and that stranger is me. So I almost feel like a stranger to myself. Like there's a part of me that I'm not familiar with, and that feels strange to me, and the strangeness kind of ties in with the fear, because I feel like she was never introduced to me. And I just don't know how she fits in this whole identity I made for myself of being alone. But here's this part of me that maybe wants that person, and now she's introducing me herself to this total personality I made of myself, of this identification. So it feels like she's trying to insert herself into this uh, identification I made of myself. And it feels like everything is like unknown to me about myself now, or like these roles are unknown to me. It feels like it's being exposed, like this lie I've told myself of just being alone all the time. I've been exposed. The lie that I like my alone time, or like I am accepting of. It just feels like I'm being exposed. Like she's exposing that part of me that identified with so much being alone. She's kind of maybe the part of me that wants to be curious of what it would look like to have a lover fully enter my life. Feels like she's just shining a light of my subconscious and what I known to be true this whole time. And I think what I was basing truth upon was just past experience of not feeling like I ever got attention. Unbeknownst to me, I was combining all these experiences of not getting attention to like tying it with this personality of being alone. Something like that. Like I'm like tying it with my personality and making myself believe a certain way, but maybe I didn't. Maybe I don't want to be alone as much as I think I do. Maybe I don't know. There's a small part of me, and I say small because it doesn't feel big, but it's still there, and it's being. She's just that part of me is there, and she's just seeing maybe that she can use a +1 sometimes in life, and I'm like, well, I'm not used to that ever. I never experienced that. People make it look so like it's just part of their life having a partner, a boyfriend, husband. They make it look so easy, like it's just a natural thing for them to feel, to want a partner. I'm like, well, okay, that's natural to feel that, but if you never experienced that, then it just feels strange because you're just not used to it. It feels frustrating because I feel like I'm trying to get my message across. If there's other people that experience that, like, just frustrating almost because it's like people experience this love thing early on. And it's like, okay, great for you, I guess, but doesn't mean everyone's been in a relationship by their mid-20s. Like, I don't like that people normalize or try to normalize their lifestyle or what they've experienced. Not everyone's experience is the same. Like, I wish more of us could understand that not everyone will experience certain things at a certain time of their life. It just feels like we sometimes forget that not everyone's had the same experiences. Okay, like no matter if you're 30 or 40, just because you're 40 doesn't mean you've ever been, I don't know, X, Y, and Z, like have a boyfriend or something. It's just like everyone's going on their own timeline, and it just feels like I may experience something that people experience very early on, and it's like it's just not normal to me. And I think maybe when you're younger, you just I don't know, can handle a new experience like a partner or something, because I don't know, it just feels like you can. I don't know. Maybe it feels more weird, strange too, because I'm at a certain age where I I don't know. It's like when you're a certain age where you haven't experienced something, it feels like you're the only one, because it feels like everybody else experienced that before. So it kind of makes you feel lonely too. And I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that feeling. When you're going through something for the first time, or like when you think you may experience something for the first time, it just feels like, oh, like I'm the only one because everyone's experienced that before. Oh my gosh. Late night thoughts. Like I'm thinking about like, oh, I could bring this person with me to this place, or knowing that you always have someone to bring with you in these wherever you go. It just feels like, oh wait, like this is my first time experiencing this feeling of like knowing that I can bring somebody, that other person with me, instead of like having no one in mind to bring because you don't really have many people you talk to anyway. So now you're like, oh, I actually have someone I can bring now wherever I go, and it feels like a lonely feeling because it's like, well, everyone's experienced this before, but I'm the only one experiencing this right now, especially at a certain age. It feels like the odd one out in life, and that you're abandoned almost because it feels like a feeling of abandonment because it feels like everyone left you behind. You know, when you're a late bloomer to certain things in life, and I'm a late bloomer in a lot of things, like, oh my gosh, it makes me almost roll my eyes because I think young people deserve to experience things in life, you know, not be sheltered. And it can feel frustrating at times knowing that you are sheltered because people deserve, no, you know, a certain age, young age. You know, I wish parents could just witness their fear more and see how their fear is limiting their kids' growth and experience in life, which can actually teach them lessons instead of having them have to learn hard lessons as an adult. Like, ah. Anyway, it's a whole other conversation. But, oh my gosh. So, anyway, uh, yeah, it's like, it feels like an abandoned feeling. Everyone's already off the roller coaster, and only one stranded because everyone's had this experience already before, and now you're the only one experiencing it, so you're alone because of it, or something like that. This is more raw than I usually make my videos. Look at my like observing myself. Okay, maybe that's it now. Just, how am I gonna handle this? It feels like, how am I gonna handle it? How am I gonna handle these feelings? Because what's gonna happen? And this unpredictable outcome of love is unpredictable, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do with these feelings of unpredictability? Like, what am I supposed to do? I'm trying to like move my body a certain way right now, and like somehow understand what's gonna go on, but I can't comprehend and understand what's going on right now, and I don't like this feeling because it feels like I'm just like in a crossroads and I'm supposed to make the right decision, but how am I supposed to make the no, if I just I'm lost, kind of. It's like I'm lost in love. Ah, like what's going on? What is going on with me? Like it just feels like what I've known before is it's coming to life as to not be true anymore. What I've known and told myself and identified with myself, all this identity with aloneness and wanting to be alone and the solitude and liking my alone time, it's all just like feeling false right now. And that's what's causing me to feel lost. Because what I've known to be true is not true anymore. It's false. And maybe I want that plus one sometimes. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I want to have somebody bring me. Like, I went to this event tonight, and I'm thinking to myself, huh, I like being alone right now, but sometimes part of me wants to bring that person in mind. Like, I just don't want to experience this experience by myself or something. And usually I can experience something by myself, but now I'm like thinking, oh, I want to experience this with somebody else that I have in mind. Like, why can't I experience it by myself? I don't know. I do, and I like that, but maybe a part of me doesn't want that anymore. Maybe a part of me doesn't want that. I'm probably gonna delete this by tomorrow because I can't handle myself right now. I can't handle myself right now. I just don't know what is going on in my brain. I just don't know when the last time I had spent a lot full 24 hours by myself, which I recently, yes, recently. I know, because I go to work, Monday through Friday, and then I'm around people, and then on weekends I'm trying to stay with a friend and with, potential lover, and it's just, I haven't spent that much 24 hours by myself like I usually used to, and I don't mind that, and I'm like, okay, I used to need that. But now I'm like, okay, maybe I can use some more people in my life. Maybe I want to enter this lover into my life. I'm like, what is this? What's going on right now? What is going on right now? Mm. Like, I guess maybe what I know to be true is not true anymore. Maybe I want to have that other person or something. Like, I'm confusing myself. I'm confusing myself because I don't know what's some of it's like, okay, it could be true, but how much truth is in this statement that I'm making? How much truth is in what I'm trying to believe to be true? And I don't think that my words are even mixing together right anymore. I don't think they're mixing together right anymore. Okay? I just want to show my current life season of my life right now in order to bring some type of relatability in our paths together. The ones who've not experienced certain things in life until later. I want to bring highlight to that because I want to hold space for that. I want to hold a sort of belonging to those people who don't feel like they belong because I don't feel like I belong. And I want to highlight that. In my videos, a lot of times talks about alone and just feeling a lot of this alone. A lot of it's alone. So I can I don't know, make space for that. Tired of people. Even if they have a few friends, at least you have a few friends that you hang out with. I'm talking about people who don't have that many friends, zero contacts. Like, they'll have contacts, but nobody like can't really FaceTime anybody. Like, anyway, this is what my videos right now are for, is to reach that audience of people who don't have that many contacts. Like, they have contacts maybe, but nobody's gonna call them up and text them every day. Like, they have no text every day kind of thing. Like, no text. I mean, no text. Don't talk about one friend. No. I mean, okay, one friend. Maybe like a couple days. No, but nothing every day. Nobody every day unless it's like siblings kind of thing. I'm talking about nobody really every day unless siblings. Anyway. Oh my gosh. I'm just so all over the place right now. I hope this reaches somebody at least. Okay. Kinda wanna keep going, but like, I feel like it's gonna get more chaotic right now if I do. I don't know. But okay, I don't know a little bit. Because like my personality is coming out. And it's like my chaos, it's an antsy feeling. I get antsy and I feel like I need to move. And that's why I'm like making these movements because I don't know where to go with these thoughts. And it's like I'm hesitant to even admit that some of it could be true. Like, I'm hesitant because then I actually admit to myself that I don't need to always be alone. I don't always want to be alone. And that's scary because I'm just constantly, I'm mourning the last couple weeks. I'm mourning that girl that's like used to being alone. And I think about her, and she always had this belief that, eventually she won't be alone, but she can handle it well. I don't know why I would think I would handle something that caused me, um, the lone feeling caused me to feel wounded in a lot of ways. And, you know, I knew had struggles with feeling alone. I just thought that once I didn't feel alone, that I'd be like, oh my gosh, I feel so much lighter and free. But then actually, it's not that. It's more like, oh my gosh, I'm witnessing that I identified with this personality for so long that I'm almost unfamiliar with myself now, kind of feeling instead. I was, I was laughing because it's like, of course, this is something not familiar to you is going to be like almost a grieving feeling, if it's not familiar with for you. Is it like actually feeling desired by somebody? Actually wanting of somebody wanting you and desiring you, giving you attention or something like that. It's like, oh, that girl is like, she's there and I feel her. I feel her. She's coming out. She's like, she's the one grieving because she felt undesirable for a long time and she just got used to it. So she's there. She's like watching from afar, and she's the one grieving and mourning because she's like, wow, like, is this happening? And I think it is, and it's like, oh, she's like, oh my gosh, it's really is this actually happening? The potential of a lover. And I think this just was something that's consistently been on my mind the last couple of weeks, and every time I'm suspicious or hesitant, I'm shown to not I'm shown reasons not to be, and then those reasons actually show me that it's actually potential. I think the suspiciousness and the hesitation comes from not wanting to believe it to be true. But then I see a lot of ways that it can be true, and I'm like, oh wait, never mind, I was wrong. This actually can happen. This actually can happen. And if it happens, then I'm back to having that conversation with myself about the identity that I chose for a while, for a long time. Yeah. It just it does, having a lover does, just you having someone on that journey with you. Friendships too. It's just harder with friendships, or friendships just it's unpredictable. They can leave. Lovers are is unpredictable, but I just want I want committed friendships. Where no matter what happens in our journeys, we can still connect, kind of thing. Like if they move away, they're still we can still connect or something. I just want reliability, stability, security in my connections. That's what I want. That's what I need. So the holding the girl that felt alone a lot of times in friendships, and any romance that she didn't experience holding her. Thanks.